Hello everybody, Burnedoutguy here and welcome back to Foundry. Alright, last episode we set up this absolutely beautiful system where we're going to be using the blast furnaces. We never started feeding them yet, but we did set them up. Well, we set this side up anyways, and in between episodes I decided to set this one up so that way we had both sides looking pretty damn beautiful. Man, does that ever look... Ah, yeah, that's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see all this just pumping into our production there over there. It's going to be great once we get all this finalized and everything. So these are going to be temporary until apparently they're coming out with trains. Once they do come out with trains, these will get swapped out for trains. I think that's what the ultimate goal is going to be, because we're only going to be transporting things here in the end, right? So, yeah, so now we need to work on the throughput of all of this in order to feed the beast. So we need the Xenoferrite. That's going to be something that's going to come get delivered over here. Then we need the igneous rock stuff. And then we just need the natural rock stuff. Oh my god. Alright. So it's technium, ignium. I was right on that. And the other one is mineral rock. Alright, so wasn't too far off on the natural rock, was mineral rock. But yeah, so we're gonna go set up some veins on that stuff. We already have one really close by for the iron. So we're gonna go set this one up right away. Then what we'll do is we'll set out shipping lanes for our juice. So we're going to need 2, 4, 6, 8, I believe. And, well, actually 10, because we're going to have to feed this one eventually too, right? The Tluxite ore. So I did forget about that one. Yeah, so we'll have to set up lanes for those. And then destinations. So what we'll do is we'll go over to the Tluxite, the Xenoferrite, and we'll start this one. We'll dig down, we'll get the whole thing set up, the whole 9 yards, and I'll do little bits, pieces here and there and show you how my progress is going. And then we'll jump to the next one and we'll do the same thing through all 4 of the rest of the nodes that we got to do. And then we'll start setting up, oh, beautiful. Then we'll start setting up stuff to come back here and feed the beast, which is, I think, very appropriate. Doesn't that look awesome? Imagine having a couple of these, like if you really had to like pump out the production, like that's just wow, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But very cool. Alright, so let's get on with it here. Okay, so we're over here at the Xenoferrite area. We'll have our elevator that's going to go down here on each level, and we'll set up each mining thing. I got all the elevators that are going to feed our ships. Right now I'm only going to put one going to each pad, and then this one here, well, I don't know what we'll do with it. Maybe I won't need it, maybe I will. Maybe eventually I'll have to put a 4th pad over here, and we'll have to send more over there, right? That all depends on how much I can dig out of this area too. Once I get all the way to the bottom, I'll do the math and all that. Maybe I might not need as many of these either, because these are the 3rd ones, so they carry 640 items each. Oh, maybe that might be a complete different ball game compared to the other ones, so we'll see anyways. But I'll start off with this and we'll work our way down.
Down here under our little factory here, where I gotta put some lighting here eventually because it's pretty damn dark. I decided to siphon off a little bit of this gas that we're making down here to help make explosives. There's another recipe that you can use to make with the low density oil and the ignium powder to make explosives. So that's what I set up here, because we're going to use a lot of explosives underground in the next little while. And then what I'll do is I'll just wait till this is full, and then when that's full I'll come back and I'll pick them up and we'll bring them up here where I'm going to make the actual explosives. And I'll do this by hand, but it'll be a lot faster if I use the machines to craft, right, as to oppose of my character crafting them. And then we could set this up to make explosives. So we just got to feed it these materials. All these materials are right here. And then what I'll do is I'll just put like a chest up here, and I'll deliver the explosives, and then it can create the rest. So that's what I'm going to set up here in the meantime. That way we have some explosives being made, and yeah, and then that way I can continue blowing the hell out of the Xenoferrite area. Should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. Looking forward to seeing how all this is going to come together. Okay, so I decided to automate that instead. We put an elevator here. I think this elevator looks a little bit nicer than me doing it. And then we just have it coming up and going into here. And now we're making explosives, which is perfect. So let's wait around for this for a little while. Make me a bunch of explosives. I'll go back to blowing the crap stuff up there and show you my progress. And we'll do some math on how much material we're getting out of that vein. And then we can set up how many ships we're going to need and all that good stuff to try to feed our beast way over there. So, alright, let's wait around. We are facing some serious issues here. I don't know if you can see this properly here, but our batteries at night are depleting. I didn't think this was going to happen anytime soon, but apparently, yeah, these things over here and that whole thing. I think this is just like killing our power. So I cleared an area, and I also created another little production line over here that is making us solar panels. And I'm going to create a nice big area just of solar panels, and we'll see if our batteries that we have now can hold the charge. Because I don't think these are actually charging all the way up to 100% before nighttime comes. I think they're only getting to maybe like 25 to 30%, and that's maybe one of the reasons why we're low on power. So I'm going to expand our power grid, but just with solar panels. If we need to do more batteries, we'll do a battery section, and then I just won't mix it up like I've been doing here. Even though it does look like super nice, it's just because I didn't set up anything to make more batteries. And yeah, what is it complicated to make batteries? Actually, not really. I could probably make a whole bunch of batteries and continue the pattern. But I think it's I don't know. I want to see what the difference is between if it's our power storage or if it's our. I actually should just check. Yeah, I'll wait till nighttime and see what how much charge we actually get on our batteries, and then decide. That's what I'll do. In the meantime, and now we have a platform in which we will build much more solar. I'm curious to see what kind of power generation he's going to come out with in future updates, because you know, solar is fine and dandy, and so is the steam, but what I guess maybe like we can start using steam again once we like infinite do the other stuff, maybe the igneous ore if there's like leftover. But other than that, I think this is like solar is kind of like really the best way to go right now, because it's just free, right? You don't have to feed it any resource, you just place it and forget it. So yeah, let's go and start placing down some solar panels. It gets to about 35-36% the batteries before nightfall, something like that. So yeah, we'll see about the charge thing when they're 100%. All right, so by adding 162 solar panels, we'll see how the batteries charge. We'll see if they go past 34 anyways. But yeah, well, and if need be, then I'll add some more. That's no big deal. We got lots of space over there. So I think I added like 6 rows of we had originally 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So we added 6 rows. If need be, I'll add more. That's all, and we'll see where the batteries tap out at, and just play with it and have some fun, and kind of like experiment, because I know like we're gonna probably need a lot of a lot of solar panels come the future, because we haven't even got into the massive build yet with all the other machines. So yeah, this is probably just nothing compared to what we're gonna have solar panel wise later on. Okay, so I've been playing around with a little bit of these logic, or these like data cable things. There's not a lot of information really on these things to kind of like, really get in massive detail about, what you can do with them. But one of the things I did figure out what I can do with them is, I can figure out a way to specifically tell my material to go into like one ship before going into the other one. So I could stop all the material heading this way to that ship there, so I could feed this ship 1600 items per minute, and that ship 1600 items per minute. And then when this chest here gets like 10 items in it, then it's going to sit there and stop. Well, it's going to let these ones go, and you're going to be able to send items that way. I should also put another one in where it should be the opposite for the other side, where I could stop sending. Maybe I could turn these off here, turn these loaders off. So maybe if I connect these loaders to the whole system here, do you put them down? I think they got to be right above, right? Yeah. Yeah, and then I would have to sit there and go and turn that output, storage output. I don't want the storage output on. Oh, because I was not looking at the right one. Do I have to be looking at I wonder if I should be looking at, yeah, okay. Enable based on condition. So we'll set this to Xeno Rebel. So if there is less than 10, I think that's what that is. Set. That these should be on. That's correct. So if this ever gets 10, these will shut off, not allowing any more to pass. And I'll have to do that to the same thing on this one as well. So enable, we'll go with Xeno. I just want the Rebel. Do the same thing here. Constant 10, set, close. So yeah, so that's all reading off from this container. So this container controls the flow of objects that are going to be going to these ships. And like I said, I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side too. So that way the first ship gets priority of 1600 items per minute, and then they can go off and load whatever they're going to load, which is going to be the beast over there, the blast furnace, right? So yeah, these two will go off, do the first loading pad, then all the items will flow down here and go to this one here and this one, and they will take off afterwards. So that will be the idea behind this. I'll try to find out more information about these data cables too, because apparently you can do so much with them. But I'm just gonna probably set up little tiny circuits like this all over the place, controlling certain little things maybe. I think that would probably be ideal. Yeah. Other than that, I think that's kind of pretty cool. Gonna try to keep learning a little bit more about these. Try to, anyways. All right, so also figured out that every level gives 800 items per minute. So here's another tidbit of information of why I'm working like this. So every level gives you 5 machines. Every machine can output 160 items per minute. So times 5 is 800. So every floor is 800 items per minute. So I upgraded the freight elevators to the last one because these are like 1,200 items per minute or some craziness like that. Actually, I can just check right here. We can look at the belt. Yeah, 1,280 items per minute. So that's gives me a buffer of 400 items, right? So obviously these aren't going to be full, and these belts here are how many? 640. So I'm gonna definitely have to be able to. I'm gonna have to upgrade them to the last belt system to make all this work properly, right? But other than that, yeah, I'm pretty stoked about how this is all gonna work. And now that this one is almost all set up, I'm gonna have to go repeat this 3 more times just in order to get the beast up and running. Because we got to do this with the technium, we have to do this with the natural rock stuff, and the xeno ore stuff as well, right? So yeah, we got a lot of work ahead of us still, but I think now that I have the basic idea set up, it should go a little bit faster because I've been pondering on how I'm going to set all this up, right? And I think this will be a good way to do it. That way we can control the flow of items being outputted from here anyways. And then we'll just have to set up the outpost over there to bring fracking juice to everywhere. But yeah, well, I got so much to do, so much to do, overwhelmed. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like I got all the redunculus belt speeds up here. Downstairs we have just the green belts feeding these, but we have like multiple stuff, so I can go down right quick and give you a quick show of what it looks like afterwards. But what I really want to see is I want to see this work. So I want to see if my logic stuff here works good. So we'll put power on there. Oh, look at that. It does work. I am smart. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's so awesome. And then when that gets full, these ones here should kick in. And I should be able to start feeding the other belt. That's going to be so awesome. That's 800 items, 1,600 items per second to fill up these. Like, it shouldn't take this very long to... Like, that fills up pretty quick. I'm content with the loading speed on that. That makes me happy. I don't know how many ships. I think should be good for 2 ships, maybe 3, to go and deliver material over there. We'll see over time. Time will tell. And if we do, well, we just add up another little system. There we go. Bam. Oh, and then bam. Off we go. So, is this still filling up? It is. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we should do something like this then. Yeah. Okay, because it's still trying to fill that up. There. Let's do that. Well, it shouldn't have... Well, actually, yeah, it kind of makes sense that it does fill up, right? We're just using 10. We're not telling these to stop loading. I could do that too as well, right? Have these stop loading. But really, I think that's good enough. Honestly. There, I think that's good. And then the next time that these ones fill up, well, the backlog of what's like locked in here will come out, and it won't excuse me, it won't refill back up again. So yeah, I think this is gonna be good. So that's the Xenoferrite done, everybody. Pretty stoked. I did have like a buffer here that we are gonna fill up, but I guess isn't 100% necessary as well, but whatever. I'll let that fill up and we'll have fun with this. Okie dokie, so I think this is all hooked up and ready to go now. So this technically just needs the ship over there to start delivering it the fracking juice. This, I just have to turn it on once we have all the fracking juice. And yeah, all this is good to go. I'm really happy with this setup. This is nice. I like this.
Now I gotta go copy this 4 more times. Oh, this is taking a lot of work. This isn't the only thing I've had to deal with today, too. I've also had to deal with a few other things, and let me go show you what that was. Problem number one today, as you know, we were having power issues. I think I resolved that. That seems to be doing pretty good. By the time daytime ends, we're in the 80, almost 90%, which is not too shabby. Maybe another row or two of the solar panels would have been fine and we could have topped up those batteries, but I'm okay with what we got going on right now. I'm okay with that. So that was problem number one. Problem number two was in order to make these solar panels, where the hell are they? You needed these, the fuel cells. Well, the fuel cells were having a real hard time because there was missing glass. So I had to go and boost the glass factory over there. But at the same time, too, when I came back, I decided to add another 13 of these, making the fuel stuff. And now we got like this nice big frigging line up here, and it brings it down, and it puts it down onto the belt. So now we have like 2 production belts going on over here. And then, like I said, I just upgraded the glass over here, way over there. So down here in our little mine area, I mined out down here a bit. I put the miners a lot lower to the ground, and they should mine quite a bit of this before I have to move them forward a bit. These are all being put into the faster elevators coming up here. I upgraded these to the 2nd tier crushers, and I just added 10 more smelters, and that seemed to have helped out quite a bit. So that's good. That's all what we needed. So with all that being done and said, that's going to be all the time I have for today's episode. We did pretty damn good. Got that Xenoferrite over there done. We managed to upgrade a few things around the base and all that good stuff. So in the next episode, we'll attack one of the other 2, and hopefully we don't have any, or well, 3 or we still got 3 other places to do. So we'll attack those other places and get them set up, and hopefully we don't have any other problems in the meantime, and we can just kind of get those over and done with, and start having infinite resources, and then we can start hooking up the fracking juice to all these places and watch them go and watch this thing come into action, because this is just going to be, I can't wait to see this thing all fired up and just pumping out the resources, man. That's just going to be awesome. Can't wait. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. Like, subscribe, peace, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.